Titanfall 2 by Respawn Entertainment has a lot of themes that parallel real-world ideas. Today, we'll be discussing the hidden occult themes surrounding the plot of Titanfall 2 and how it acts as a gateway for predictive programming for future technology, as well as the similarities between Titanfall 2 and the movie Atlas. This video has been inspired by the Enlightenment Projects video on the movie Atlas, which dives deep into the occult symbolism in the movie, while highlighting its striking similarities to Titanfall 2. I've linked her video in the description below, so make sure to check it out. Before diving into the story, let me clarify the purpose of this video. Through the analysis, I aim to reveal the esoteric themes subtly woven into Titanfall 2's narrative. We'll explore how certain symbols, numbers, and technological concepts reflect occult traditions and act as a form of predictive programming, preparing the audience for real-world advancements like Neuralink and AI. By the end, you'll see how the game mirrors modern technological ambitions and parallels hidden knowledge just like in Atlas. Before we begin, I have a quick question, which is, do you know what influences your perception of the world? Think about it and let me know after the video. Titanfall 2 begins with an intro cutscene from the perspective of Jack Cooper, a militia rifleman who dreams of one day becoming a pilot. He narrates the difference between an ordinary soldier and a highly skilled pilot. A pilot being a soldier trained to control the battlefield with the aid of their Titan.
Of all the things I've seen on the battlefields of the frontier, the pilot is the true dominant force. Fast and agile. Graceful, yet devastating. Perceptive. Resourceful. And relentless. A pilot sees the world differently. Sheer walls become flanking routes. Pilots fight differently. Experienced in deception and maneuver, even overwhelming odds shift in their favor. But what truly separates the pilot from all the grunts and machines of the battlefield is the bond between a pilot and a Titan. When linked to a Titan, a pilot can only be stopped by overwhelming force, or an equal. The frontier has been the only home I've ever known. For years, our lands have been destroyed by the IMC, forcefully taking our resources, polluting and destroying our planets, and killing us off if we try to resist. Despite recent victories at Demeter and beyond, we have a long way to go before the IMC is defeated. Now, I serve as a rifleman in the militia, fighting to free the frontier. I'm a long way from becoming a pilot. But when that day comes, I hope I can live up to the honor.
You're en route to a planet housing an IMC research lab, but your fleet is ambushed and you're forced to drop pod down to the planet's surface. The pilot, secretly training you to become a pilot, is killed in action but transfers the Neuralink between him and his Titan, BT, to you, allowing you to be a stand-in pilot. As the game progresses, the relationship between man and machine evolves as you and BT become a powerful duo, highlighting the advantages of this Neuralink connection. You continue your mission with the help of BT, reaching the IMC research lab, where you find out what the IMC were researching, a weapon that is able to destroy entire planets, and the IMC are aiming to use it on the militia's home world. You send the vital information recovered from the lab to the rest of the militia fleet, and from there you are sent on a mission to stop the IMC before they can use the weapon and destroy the militia's home planet. In the end, BT sacrifices himself to save both Jack and the militia's home world. This emotional scene underscores the deep connection formed between man and machine. Titanfall 2 isn't just a cool sci-fi plot. It subtly introduces the idea of integrating humans with machines, a concept that's increasingly relevant today with the technologies like the Neuralink. But before we cover that, we must explore the deeper symbolic meanings of the game's story first. Titanfall 2 isn't just a story of war and technology, it's also filled with symbolic meaning. One prominent symbol is the master number 22, known in numerology as the Master Builder. It's associated with turning dreams into reality, which mirrors Jack Cooper's journey with BT. Jack begins as a simple militia rifleman dreaming of becoming a pilot, an ambition that seems nearly impossible, with a 98% failure rate for pilot trainees. However, after the militia is ambushed, Jack's dream becomes a necessity for survival. Through his partnership with BT, Jack transforms into a key figure, capable of achieving the impossible. The number 22 symbolises this transformation, representing the potential to build and create something far beyond oneself. Throughout their journey, Jack and BT's bond exemplifies the power of 22. Together, they build a path to victory, overcoming overwhelming odds. BT's sacrifice symbolises the culmination of this master number's influence, a final act of creation and protection, securing the future for Jack and the militia. Interestingly, BT's name numerically aligns with the number 22. The letter B is the second letter of the alphabet, and T is the 20th letter, adding up to 22. This reinforces the hidden significance of the number in the narrative. The use of 22 mirrors occult traditions of hidden power and transformation, subtly playing on esoteric symbolism to emphasize the unlocking of hidden knowledge. Sacrifice and hidden knowledge are also themes introduced early in the game. Captain Lastimosa, BT's previous pilot, secretly trained Jack to be a pilot, an act of passing on hidden knowledge as only a select few are deemed worthy of becoming pilots. Before dying, Lastimosa sacrifices himself to save Jack, ensuring his progression as a pilot. His death symbolises the end of the old and the birth of the new, a theme commonly seen in esoteric traditions. Lastimosa's sacrifice is more than a plot point, it's an initiation into a higher state of being, a concept that often hides in plain sight in video games and media. This also ties into predictive programming, as the game subtly primes the audience to view technological integration, like the Neuralink, in a positive light. The Neuralink in Titanfall is a piece of technology that allows a pilot and Titan to interconnect with one another, allowing man and machine to become one. Become One is also seen as the tagline for the game and name of the cinematic trailer for the game. The Neuralink in-game allows Jack to interface with their Titan, merging man and machine. Through this connection, Jack can communicate with BT through his helmet, access machine-like precision in combat, and control him as if he were an extension of his body. Interestingly, Elon Musk founded Neuralink in 2016, just months before Titanfall 2 was released. While the game's development began in 2014, there was no mention of Neuralink in the original Titanfall. The introduction of this concept in Titanfall 2 leaves room to speculate whether it was included deliberately as part of a predictive programming. But what is the connection between Titanfall's Neuralink and Elon Musk's real-world Neuralink? In reality, Elon's Neuralink's original idea was designed to help humans compete with advanced AI by integrating their brains with technology. While its initial focus is to aid people with disabilities and return motor functions to them, like Nolan Arbor, a quadriplegic man and the first human test subject for the Neuralink, who underwent a procedure and was able to successfully control a computer cursor with his mind. Although his attempts at restoring motor function didn't work, he has shown success in allowing the human mind to integrate with technology through their thoughts, which proves that the technology's potential to evolve beyond is clear. Musk has recently hinted at larger goals, stating in an interview, "If all goes well, there will be hundreds of people with Neuralinks within a few years, maybe even tens of thousands within 5 years, millions within 10 years. This could fundamentally change human interaction with technology." So Titanfall's Neuralink may seem like fiction, but with the companies like Neuralink working towards similar goals, it raises real questions about how much we should trust these technologies and their potential control over us. That being said, Musk has also stated that he believes that AI is going to surpass humans and is a threat, and that everyone will need a Neuralink to compete with it. So let's take a closer look at AI. To me, the idea of AI surpassing humanity seems more like a far-fetched science fiction concept more than a reality. AI has rapidly become an integral part of daily life, and although AI may have surpassed humans with the ability to process vast amounts of data more quickly or calculate complex solutions faster than a human, AI is still man-made and is still confined to its programming. It lacks true intelligence, be it emotional or creative, and also lacks the morality and ethical judgment a human has, for it isn't sentient. Yet companies are trying to surpass even this and humanize AI, adding humanoid qualities, and trying to program them to mimic human emotion and intelligence. This is exactly what is shown in the game, and how BT acts. BT's bond with Jack portrays AI as benevolent and trustworthy, but it also hints at our growing emotional dependency on machines, reflecting real-life concerns about where we're headed with AI. BT is governed by an advanced AI system, allowing him to learn and adapt and express himself like a human, and act independently on his own without Jack. This is how the game humanizes AI and turns it into more of a companion to a human than a piece of technology, normalizing the idea of AI as more than just machines. What they show here is called predictive programming, and its goal is to expose the viewer to future concepts in order for people to accept them when they eventually arise in the real world, meaning less resistance and more acceptance of these themes. And you're probably wondering why. Well, the problem is, if they told you to get a Neuralink so AI doesn't become better than you, no one would do it. So they need to introduce the idea slowly through positive media to change your mind subtly and allow you to accept the idea first. Either that, or Elon can create a Hegelian dialectic, or problem, reaction, solution approach, and set up a manufactured threat, AI surpassing humans due to human limitations, a public reaction, widespread fear and resistance to AI, and a solution, human AI integration through the Neuralink enhancing humans, which it seems is slowly in the works. Companies want AI to grow into something greater, and they want people to get a Neuralink, not to compete with AI, but to coexist with it, and to allow humans to become something greater, to become transhuman. Speaking of transhumanism, Titanfall 2 also has these themes as well, because you can't have AI and Neuralinks without transhumanism. This concept is represented in Titanfall 2 through characters like Ash in the campaign and the multiplayer simulacrum pilots, who are robotic beings with digitized consciousness. Transhumanism refers to enhancing the human body with technology to extend life or increase cognitive ability, even transferring consciousness into machines. In Titanfall 2, simulacra pilots embody this concept, as they are human consciousness transferred into robotic bodies after their original bodies were destroyed. Becoming something other than human through technology or extending one's life is a concept that's been talked about for a very long time. The rise of AI and the use of Elon's Neuralink could very well be the start of it. Much like Titanfall 2, the film Atlas uses similar framework of AI and human-machine integration, further emphasizing these themes in modern media. The movie Atlas, directed by Jennifer Lopez, shares a lot of similarities with Titanfall 2. The main takeaways being the relationship with humans and AI, and of course, the concept of the Neuralink being heavily promoted. In both Atlas and Titanfall 2, the main characters share similar ambitions and face parallel threats. Atlas dreams of becoming a ranger.
She failed her ranger exam 4 times.
You wanted to be a ranger.
What did I say about digging?
While Jack aspires to be a pilot, both aiming to reach the highest ranks of their military. Each faces a looming enemy threatening their home. Atlas confronts an AI uprising, claiming superiority over humanity and planning to rule it, while Jack fights against the IMC, a force bent on destroying the militia to seize resources and save humanity from their rebellion. To combat these enemies, both characters must take control of powerful machines to fight back and protect their world. But one of the biggest similarities between the two, besides the Neuralink, is the hidden knowledge, initiation, and sacrifice scenes in both stories. Once again, Jack was taught the hidden knowledge of being a pilot, taught in secret by Captain Lastimosa as he was deemed worthy to learn the information. Jack's initiation was due to Lastimosa's sacrifice, ensuring Jack survived and allowing Jack to reach his full potential as a pilot. Atlas, on the other hand, is more on the nose. She wishes to become smarter like an AI, and bargains with the soon-to-be enemy, allowing him to change his code for the gain of intelligence. This results in the AI turning evil, killing her mother. This is her sacrifice for hidden knowledge, and her initiation is more aligned with using the Neuralink in her mission. The Neuralink is used during the movie as a link very similar to Titanfall.
Neuralinks? You can't be serious. There's a reason those were outlawed.
Your mother was a genius. The Neuralink she invented was the gateway to the future of AI. Now, hers was a one-way transfer, human brain to AI. But this is no doubt where she was headed. A safe two-way connection that increases the neural pathways in my brain and Zoe's. It's a perfect symbiosis, not human or AI, but something new, something powerful. I know what happened between you and Harlan, but any synced ranger will be superior to Harlan, and I have an entire squadron.
It is used in a similar way, allowing her to access information from her robot, eventually calculate like a machine and bond with her AI, becoming an effective team just like Jack and BT. Both stories show the acceptance of using a Neuralink to survive, showing it as a positive force that is used to better humanity and to empower it. The bond between AI and human is also explored, showing Atlas at first reluctant to have anything to do with her AI.
If you use the Neuralink, I can download the weapons inventory directly into your cortex.
I'm not letting you in my head.
But over the course of the movie, the two bond personally through their Neuralink. By the final scene of the movie, when Smith sacrifices himself to give her the remaining oxygen so she will survive in its place, she gets emotional and begs him not to.
What do you say we get the hell off this rock?
We are not going to make it. But you will.
No. We can transfer the remaining fusion to the backup engines.
It's not enough. However, if I disable our Neuralink, I can reroute the remaining oxygen to the breathing mask. You'll have 11 minutes of oxygen remaining. And the beacon indicates that ICN forces are en route.
No way. We're getting out of here together.
Atlas, my primary protocol is to keep my ranger alive. Deactivation initiated.
Stop! Please stop!
Disable.
Almost like she's losing a human life. The same concept is seen in Titanfall, as Jack tries to teach BT about human expressions, and they share jokes together.
Hell yeah! What a hot streak.
Your vitals do not indicate a temperature problem. Do you wish for me to investigate this hot streak sensation further?
It's just an expression, BT. It means I've been killing a lot of enemies quickly.
Understood. I have added hot streak to my vocabulary. I have had numerous hot streaks within the past 38 standard hours.
Forming a friendship bond together to the point where when BT is told they will get a new trained pilot to replace Jack, BT refuses as they have bonded and are now an effective force together.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was KIA.
Correct. Captain Ty Lastimosa was killed in action. I am now linked to an acting pilot, Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Wait a minute. Lastimosa linked you to a rifleman?
Yes, he had no other options.
Understood. We'll get you transferred to a fully qualified pilot.
Objection. Cooper is my pilot. Our combat effectiveness rating now exceeds 90%. Request permission to retain this link.
You're lucky our backs are up against the wall, BT. Permission granted. That's high praise coming from a machine, Cooper.
In the final scene of this game, BT sacrifices himself to save Jack and the militia homeworld in an emotional finale showing just how far the relationship between man and machine has gone, throwing Jack out of his chassis to protect him from death, even if it means sacrificing himself.
Don't worry, BT. I'm not going anywhere.
Copy that, pilot. Protocol 3. Protect the pilot.
BT, what are you doing?
Trust me.
BT!
Cooper, we just lost BT's signal. We're almost there. Cooper.
Both of these pieces of media displayed to the audience AI in a positive light, humanizing the machines. Atlas goes from distrustful of AI to accepting it when it is shown as useful and gains an attachment to it. Jack and BT share a similar bond of a man and AI becoming close pals. The Neuralink connection allows both characters to become the best version of themselves, to be a hero, showing the audience that with a Neuralink one can become as effective as a machine, which in turn puts the Neuralink in a positive light as something that can be helpful to humans. These pieces of media are used to convince you that these themes are good before they are widely available, implanting in your mind a seed of this concept that will remain unwatered until the technology is rolled out. Then you'll remember back to all the positive media you've seen and gladly accept this technology. The themes of hidden knowledge and human AI connections in both Atlas and Titanfall 2 show that these concepts are becoming normalized across various forms of media, urging us to think critically about the messages being presented. There are plenty of hidden ways they place predictive programming and occult themes into all forms of media, and if you don't know what you're seeing, then it can easily influence your mind. I wouldn't be surprised if they start showing more movies and games with AI being represented in them as either good or bad influences in the near future, so it would be something to watch out for now that you now know. Pay attention to the world. Be in the world, but don't be a part of it. Realise how they target people with worldly things. Understand the influence the world has on you, and break free from it. As we explore the themes of technology and hidden knowledge, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of innovation or the promises of a brighter future through AI. But we need to be careful. Not everything that glitters is gold, and not all knowledge leads to truth. Many of these ideas may seem appealing, but they can distract us from the true source of wisdom and salvation. The Bible warns us about the dangers of being misled by human traditions and philosophies that don't align with God's truth. As Colossians 2:8 says, "Beware lest anyone cheat you through philosophy and empty deceit, according to the tradition of men, according to the basic principles of the world, and not according to Christ." If you've made it this far, I wish to thank you and hope to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until next time, goodbye.